Good, happy Tuesday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's get started. First up, man convicted of murdering UNH student denied new trial. Let's take a listen to the video. Tuesday, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to my news report right here on the Riley King Network. Let's get started. Man convicted of murdering UNH student denied new trial. In a unanimous ruling Tuesday, the state Supreme Court upheld the murder. Mazelia was found guilty in 2014 of murdering University New Hampshire student Lizzie Marriott in 2012 and dumping her body in a river. He was sentenced to life in prison. Mazelia's attorney argued that Marriott's death was an accident during a consequential sexual act. The defense argued that it should have been able to introduce certain evidence about Marriott's past during the trial. Prosecutors showed during the trial that Mazelia killed Marriott after she refused to take part in certain sexual activities with him and his girlfriend. Defense attorney Christopher Johnson said being unable to introduce evidence that Marriott was open to that type of sexual act would seem objective, counterintuitive, and impossible. The trial court refused to allow that evidence, saying that it would be prejudiced against the victim and her family. In agreeing with the trial court, the Supreme Court cited New Hampshire rules of evidence and a previous case that established that consent to sexual conduct with one person in no way implies consent to such activity with another. The defense also argued that the state opened the door to its consecutive when prosecutors asserted during trial that Marriott was not the type of person who would consent to that type of activity. But the trial court rejected that, and the state Supreme Court agreed, saying, "We uphold the trial court's determination that the state did not open the door to the challenged evidence." In a brief statement after the ruling was issued, the Attorney General's office said the decision, "We know that we will be reminded of Lizzie's loss every day for the rest of our lives, but we hope that we will be able to begin to move on now that this chapter in our lives has come to a close," he said. Okay, and there you go on that report. How a single Senate Republican could tank Rex Tillson's nomination. Marco Rubio is not the only Republican senator to express concerns about President-elect Donald Trump's pick for Secretary of State Rex Tillerson over his connections to Russia President Vladimir Putin. But Rubio is the only spectacle Republican so far who has the power to derail Tillson's nomination before it reaches the Senate floor. Ryan Zink has been tapped as President-elect Trump's Interior Secretary. President-elect Trump will tap Ryan Zink as Interior Secretary, a top transition source confirmed to NBC News on Tuesday. Zink, a former U.S. Naval SEAL for 23 years, serves as a U.S. representative for Montana. He was first sworn in last year and sits on the Natural Resource Committee and Armed Service Committee. The disappearing front porch. Before they go to kindergarten, children in Chicago learn to hit the floor at the sound of gunfire. One child age 16 or younger is murdered in the city every week on average. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Tuesday night. Good night, everyone. Bye.